In the latest news, after the drama broke out from my last video, if you guys missed that drama between DrDisRespect and Tim the Tatman, be sure to check that out. The link is in the description or end of the video. Now, that history has resurfaced after DrDisRespect noticed something that happened while Tim was streaming Escape from Tarkov. During the stream, Tim removed Doc from his in-game friends list, something that was visible to viewers watching at the time. One of the people calling him out was Rob Tremonti, who argued that Doc's own actions had created the situation he now finds himself in, particularly when it comes to people with major brands wanting to distance themselves from the controversy surrounding him. Rob accused Doc of essentially gaslighting the situation, saying that it should be obvious why people like Tim and Nick would no longer want to be associated with him. But Doc wasn't about to let that criticism go unanswered. He directly responded to Rob, telling him to link him if he wanted to continue talking about him, while arguing that Rob was commenting on something he had no context about. Doc also questioned why Rob kept bringing his name into discussions, despite Doc saying he'd never even heard of him before. The backlash didn't stop. DrDisRespect has now explained how he deals with people who criticize him on X. Despite the amount of negativity he regularly receives on the platform, Doc says he doesn't actually take X that seriously. In his view, a lot of what gets said there is completely disconnected from reality, so he doesn't see the point in letting it bother him. Instead, Doc says that when someone comes after him, he'll simply jump onto X, call them out, and then move on. Trainwreckstv was recently having a discussion about age, experience, and how getting older can change the way you look at things. He was talking about how younger people can sometimes lack the perspective that comes with getting older, and the conversation seemed to be centered around the idea of wisdom and life experience. But then, completely out of nowhere, the conversation took a sharp turn when Trainwreck suddenly brought up M0E in the following clip.
Those may not be cons. That's more of like a 50-50 depending on where you are in life, right? But as far as like the wisdom knowledge goes, as far as like for example, but then again, like I can't judge because I was just as retarded as the 20-year-olds when I was 20. I was just as retarded. But when I look at it, I'm like, holy like Jesus, what the happened? What are these people doing? But then when I think back, I'm like, dude, I was doing just as retarded of shit. Yeah, but anyways, like 30s are solid. 40s sound scary. Like 30s, I don't care about. Like for me, I have, you know, I still have another 4 to 5 years. I'm solid. At 40, that gets scary. Like Mo TV's 40, right? He's 40 by age, 40% body fat, 40 waistline, right? 40% hair loss, 40%, you know, Muslim, right? Because the other 60% he's gambling, drinking, and f***ing, right? So like realistically, I'd give him a good 40%. He's just cooked, right? But it really is what it is.
That community seemed more amused than anything, with several people pointing out just how quickly Trainwreckstv went, from talking seriously about younger people to suddenly giving M0E grief. Some viewers said the abrupt change was exactly the kind of Trainwreckstv moment they remembered, with one commenter joking that they missed this train. Others took a more nostalgic view, saying that Trainwreckstv had genuinely had some good moments in the past, and recalling a period when he was helping other streamers behind the scenes and seemed like a good guy underneath all the drama. There was also some interest in the idea of a return to the old scuffed podcast, with viewers suggesting that the podcast itself needs to make a comeback. xQc recently decided to revisit his opinions on some of the biggest names in streaming while going through a streamer tier list. When he got to Hasan, he placed him in C tier, despite previously ranking him higher. xQc explained that, in his view, Hasan had intentionally reduced his range compared with the past, saying there was now less gaming, less smiling, and less of the positive energy he associated with Hasan previously.
It's actually C minus. Hold on, because he's intentionally gutted his range. He's right. Chat, he's intentionally gutted his range from where I put him into B before. When I put him to B back in the days, he's deliberately said, F this, I'm shortening. Less IRL, less interactions with people, less games, less fun, less smiles, and less laughs. He doesn't smile as often. He doesn't seem as heavy. It doesn't kind of radiate the positive energy. Does that make sense? He doesn't smile. Shockingly, he's going to C. Okay.
Community quickly questioned the consistency of xQc's rankings, with some pointing out that he seems to revisit Hasan's placement whenever the two have another disagreement. Others focused on the tier list itself, arguing that xQc's reasoning appeared inconsistent when compared with where he placed other streamers. Some viewers also found it strange that Trainwreckstv was placed in B tier, despite xQc's own criteria seemingly favouring creators who stream more variety and gaming. There was also criticism of the apparent bias in the rankings, with some arguing that xQc's explanations seemed to change depending on the streamer, while others simply thought his placements were all over the place. Kai finds an interesting looking gravestone.
Is there nothing over here? No, there's nothing over here. Although it looks like we can bring... I think I kickstarted this game a while back. Oh, Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think this is a Kickstarter reward. That's awesome. Okay, there it is. Oh, it's fantastic. That's fantastic. You love to see it. Also, apparently I'm dead. Rest in peace, Mr. Co.
Onipixel was streaming when he found himself in a rather unusual situation involving eye tracking. While looking at a group of 5 women on screen, his eye tracking setup was able to show exactly where his attention was going in real time. The moment became even funnier because rather than having to guess who had caught his attention, viewers could literally watch the tracking data reveal where he was looking.
유만 오빠.
응?
뭐야, 관심 없는 척하다니 엄청 보네. 어떤 수영복이 너 스타일인데?
나는
Yo.
난 동과장님.
The community immediately ran with the joke, with viewers pointing out that the eye tracking essentially made a vote unnecessary because his attention was already being displayed for everyone to see. Others joked about the fact that Onipixel was previously known as a skin streamer, while some commenters simply questioned what exactly he was playing in the first place. The eye tracking technology itself also became part of the discussion, with viewers explaining that these systems are calibrated to understand where someone's eyes are looking and can then use that data to estimate their gaze. Welcome to the Red Bull Ace Cam.
Yeah, all of them except for the guy banana. I should have calmed that. I did.
Let's catch an ace real quick. Welcome to the Red Bull Ace Cam.
Oh.
What else,
Oh.
bro? What else, bro?
What the f-
Dr. Key's background lights on fire midstream.
Years ago made like an HG search engine. So we actually like collaborated with him finally, and he helped us. We've like integrated his search engine into our website, so you guys can search for, let's see, like puer, okay? And it'll show you guys like for any given thing, like the particular thing, and you can actually, you know, it'll play the segments in the search engine. So if you guys are, because now we have like 5 or 6, oh, something's burning. There's something burning, chat. That's a lot of smoke. All right. Chat, will you let me know if a fire starts behind me? Thank you.